One.
Hey y'all.
Oh my god. That's what I was waiting for.
You bitch. It's your job to introduce us.
This is where I'll be clipping my job that I've done consistently for a year. Welcome back, y'all. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back, y'all. Anyways,
Jesus.
Back to schedule program. As you can see, me and Peggy are twinning today with the side swoop in the pony.
It wasn't planned.
With the glasses.
It was not planned at all, though.
But let's be clear, though. I've had plenty of these hairstyles.
She has.
This is my hairstyle.
But I was in a wedding, so.
Anyways, do you guys like my glasses? They serve no purpose.
Guess who's caught me? Who I am legally blind.
No, I'm legally blind.
But you don't wear your glasses.
Yeah.
So you're not real.
Anyways, okay, why are we here today?
We're celebrating our 1 year anniversary. It's our birthday, y'all. Not our real birthdays, but uncomfortable.
But our birthdays will be coming up, and we will be
Virgo season. I know y'all sick of us.
Annoying.
Everybody's sick of me.
So we've made it to a year without killing each other.
Nope.
There's been plenty of times, and this is where I'll insert those times. I'm petty as hell because we scheduled to record and fucking rushing home, and I get here and I wait a whole 3 hours.
Peggy, it was not intentional. Please contact us by email at uncomfortablegrowthpodcast@gmail.com for us to share more information with you. But if you would like, oh my God, Jessica, I fucking hate this shit. Child, not her coming for me this whole season, asking me for clips, but then use those same clips against me.
No, you just started providing those clips to me because I was sick of. Okay, guys. Okay, disclaimer. I hate complaining about it, but y'all need to understand. We need y'all to watch these shows, these episodes, because the amount of hours I put in to clip, and I'm not even at like my top tier, like best.
But she got the hang of it like the first time we started messing with it.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I don't know. It's a lot, and I just appreciate you guys watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, listening on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to us.
Yep.
Continue to do so.
And if there is a podcast audio thing that we are not available on, let us know. We'll try to get the link and put it on there so you guys can have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're on every single one, but I think we're a majority of them. But if there's one that we miss, like iHeartRadio, you can listen to podcasts too. But I don't think we are located on that. So in case someone who does listen to iHeartRadio or another podcast thingy, let us know and we'll make sure we provide the link and access ourselves there so you guys can listen there too. For those of you who are not YouTube savvy.
Right. Okay.
Oh, speaking of YouTube, me and Jessica would like to thank y'all for our our last episode of this season was episode 15 on the size matter. Mm-hmm. Within the first 2 days, we got about 100 views. 2 to 3 days, we got 100 views. And just last night, I believe it was almost at 150 views.
Yep.
And this is the first time we've ever gotten so many views. Just the two of us.
The first week, within the first couple of days, the first week, and us as only being the two people on the show. Yeah, no guests.
No guests. And
now I will, let's be honest, it probably has a lot to do with the topic.
I mean, we know sex sells, but I mean, we don't have a problem with talking about sex, but there are topics that
I think a lot of our viewers on YouTube were probably men with small penis because
somebody got offended.
Somebody who's not subscribed to us.
Nope.
Went out of his way to look for this episode.
Literally.
And left a nasty comment that I wish I never deleted, but I wanted to keep it in a positive space. Mm-hmm. But from going forward, we're going to leave all the nasty comments, and I will be replying. He called us vile, disgusting people. Because
I thought he called us ugly.
No, like ugly as in spirit. Not
okay.
Called us vile, disgusting people, and said that we're making fun of or making light of, or I'm gonna butcher his exact words, but it was along the lines of talking poorly about people with
small penises.
No, just in general, just people with problems.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I could have sworn I said in the beginning, which I will clip right here. We are not here to shame. We do know the men that are suffering with micro penises and small penises. I'm sure if they had a choice, it wouldn't be the case, right? Mm-hmm. But I am in no way, shape, or form or in the place to shame someone because they have a small penis. Mm-hmm. We are not here to judge. We are only here to talk about our experiences.
Thank you. This whole podcast from the very beginning, we have stated that it's based off of our experiences, our fuck-ups, and what we learned by it. So even if things that we said 10, 20 years ago, we said, and we were to bring it up like, yo, I used to say this particular word, but I know now it's not okay to say it, it's offensive. That's our experiences. You cannot then come at us for something that I experienced, because it's my experience. Like, how are you going to get offended by my experience or my preference? But at the end of the day, don't come on our page. And that's another thing I want to get at, too. People are so finger happy to write things online without really watching it in this whole entirety. If he actually took the time to watch the whole clip, the whole video entirely, which wasn't even that long, it was like 50 minutes or something like that, he would have saw it many times. We said it more than once that we're in no shape, form, or fashion trying to shame a man for having a micro penis or a small penis, but we just don't want that for us. You know what I mean? Like, we're not shaming anyone who's like that. And we wanted to make it very clear, and it was about our experiences in those conditions. But if you took offense for that after we cleared ourselves,
that's between you and God. Figure it out.
And that's another thing. People in their egos, especially some men, I can't say all men, some men in their egos, you need to check that shit at the door, because that's where that weird, crazy vibe comes from, and people don't know how to check their emotions, and then they start attacking people because of what they truly believe instead of really sitting down to take the time to understand it. Like, our podcast will never no shape, form, or fashion take anyone down or bring anyone down. That's not what this podcast is about.
Like, if that's never gonna be our intent.
We're not trying to be malicious, like, oh, all black men are this or other type of men are this. Well, we are not going to put one group down and uplift the other. Never. My thing and never our thing. So we just wanted to clear that part out. Like, one thing we will not tolerate is negative comments. We all are down for being critiqued on where we can improve that on our show, and we're open for that. And for those of you who have throughout this year,
you can do that by emailing us at uncomfortablegirlpodcast.com
at gmail.com.
Bruh. Okay, so let me rewind. You can email us with all of your opinion, comments, and criticism, constructive only, at
uncomfortablegirlpodcast@gmail.com.
Because my brain just stopped working.
Like, and you can also DM us as well. But we prefer email, because sometimes the DMs, it gets shifted to another inbox that we probably won't even see. But the email, both of us will be able to access that.
Exactly. So. What are some improvement? So I remember somebody mentioned to me that we need to stop drinking out of bottled waters, like, because the crinkling noise. One of my cousins said that we pop our tongues too much when we're talking. I remember that. We definitely gotten better with that. We've definitely gotten better.
It's a habit. I'm trying to change it, but it's a habit. I do it
It's the hood rat in me. It's
very sporadic. I do it at work.
My body.
I do it at work. Sorry.
Yeah. So we're here to recap our experiences with recording a podcast, sharing personal life stories and journeys.
Our favorite episodes.
Yes. So we're going to start off with the first question, which is, who was your favorite guest? If you had a favorite. Or what was the most memorable? Because I think all of them were our favorites.
I loved every single episode we've done, even the ones that we did when we were doing it in your room. And we had... I think that was our really struggle year. Every year we've had a struggle, but that year was our struggle year when we were doing it. And no, I'm saying it that year, like, we've been doing it for 3 years. It feels like it, because we started literally last year in July. And we weren't doing video, it was just strictly audio, and we were recording in her room. So we closed all the doors, we had the little soundproof thingy going, and we were using one fucking mic. Because we couldn't figure out how to have the two mics connected. Pooch out. A lot of YouTube University videos
saved us.
And then even for the visual part to split the mics, what I will say is thanks to Cav, he did mention we need to get a splitter to connect to the laptop to split the mic so we can have more than one mic playing.
And I remember when we bought it. We bought it immediately after. And we came back to test it out, and it still wasn't working. I'm like, this motherfucker lied. But then we figured it out. There was
a technique that you're supposed to do, like a lot of behind the stuff. You got to add like certain things on it to be able to have multiple mics. But
Who would be your favorite? Or what would be your most memorable guest?
I think my most memorable guest was probably like the first time around Rome. Because he was our very first guest for season 2. And especially, and it was on the topic of dating. So that was fucking funny. And that one is the one that got us, I think it's every time I check
it's like 250 right now.
The last time I checked it was 250 views. And I'm like, it's still getting views? Why this nigga so popular?
I think he is, I don't know how I'm trying, let us know why you guys like him so much. Like, and he's doing very well with his second appearance. Like his episodes, as far as all of our guests, he has the most views. Like, if you guys like him.
Yeah.
Why?
Jessica be wondering why. She's like, I don't understand why.
I've known him for a long time, so he can get under my skin a lot.
Find ways to communicate yourself, like you do now. Don't roll your eyes at me, young lady.
God, shut up. So yeah, I think for me, the most memorable would be Keisha.
Yes.
Keisha, because one, we were vibing. Like, Peggy was in her feelings because we were vibing. We were connecting.
I wasn't in my
Yes,
feelings.
sir. I will clip it right here.
I was just thinking that out of my head. Like, hold on, let the people know.
What happened?
Let the people know. She's about to say it.
That was a slow one. She's like, what happened?
She's about to say it.
My back is killing me and I can't even laugh the way I want to, guys. So that's why I may look pained.
Yeah.
My back is
She
killing
done
me.
pulled her back.
Lord.
So, yeah, and then, like,
No, that one was good because we were very open.
Yeah, she was very, like open. And, like, her energy was just so genuine, so pure. Like, it made me feel comfortable to share things that I was like, I'm not sharing that shit on this fucking podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about domestic. It went from social media to domestic abuse.
Like, quick.
Yeah.
Quick. It went left real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was a good left.
Yeah, it was a good left because she provided some insight on things that I need to do post domestic abusive relationship. And yeah, I appreciate her for creating that space, because although Peggy is like my best friend and we share a lot of shit, I've already shared those experiences with her, so I didn't feel like it needed to be brought up again, like, because it's not something I'm comfortable talking about. But when Keisha brought up hers and like what she went through, and I was like, wow, like, you'd be surprised. And I need people to understand too that domestic abuse does not only mean physical.
Nope.
You would be in shock to see how many women have dealt with this. And sometimes they don't even realize until they're out of the relationship, like, oh my God.
And
like,
someone tells them, like, you were being abused. They're like,
you
what?
were manipulated, everything. Excuse me, I got hiccups now, guys. You are loved bombed.
Love bomb, what's that?
Love bombing means is referred to the form of emotional manipulation in which a person, often a narcissist, which I've dated, bombs you with an over-the-top amount of affection, flattery, gifts, and praises early in the relationship in order to win your attention for the purpose of being able to control you.
I guess I've been photobombed.
Verbally, mentally, and emotionally abused, like, and those things are... Those are scars you don't see, but you feel it.
Yep.
Every trigger,
so if
every
someone
smell,
says something,
yes,
or moves a certain way, you automatically flinch because your body automatically is triggered, like, oh shit. And that person has no intention of hurting you, but
it's the residuals of traumatic relationship. So that I literally, that's like my favorite episode. As far as like genuine raw feelings. But I don't want to jump the gun, so I guess the next question would be, what would be your favorite to record?
I had a few. It's hard to choose. I think, let me see if I can do my top 2 or 3. I think my first favorite is the one we recently recorded. The Size Matter. Like, we had a good time, and that one and
it was so like off jump, like it was the most planned conversation, like
literally.
It was that morning that we decided to have that conversation.
Either that Friday night or that morning.
No, it was that morning because I was on my way to my niece and I was shooting you the text message that I got.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. Because I read it, I was like, wait, is this a chain letter? Yes, I remember. So that one was my first favorite. The second one was, I don't remember the title of it, but it was when I told you a meme that I saw, and I said, he saw me out. He saw
I
me
think
cry.
it was friendship.
I think it was friendships or accountability.
Yeah.
And I said, I cried, we crowed together.
And
And Jessica spent the whole episode fucking dying
laughing.
in tears. You know what just popped in my head is there's this meme that's going around that says, I cried, we crowed together. Yo, I hate the internet. That shit had me dying. Because we know crowed is not a word. Yo, I hate the internet.
Dying.
I was trying to like keep it together, but she was fucking dying every time.
I couldn't keep it together. Like, I was trying to leave off on a positive note. She was asking me to give input, and I was like, I can't do it. You got to run the whole show. Was that all your favorites?
I think my third, and don't get it twisted, I love all the fucking episodes we done had, whether it's with the guests or without a guest. I think my third one, honestly, it's a battle though, because I like the one with Wes and with Cav.
Same.
I like those because Wes came in and gave his version of his modern day marriage and how it can work, and it may work differently for others, and he shared his experience with his marriage. And I like how Cav was able to like open up enough in regards to his relationship with his mom growing up, and how he shares that with his son, and then Wes too, how he's not battling but working on,
working through like childhood shit,
and then
while
not
raising a child.
Yes, not exerting it on his children and stuff, and him in a way explaining like how that whole title of submissiveness, like how his wife lets him lead.
This may sound traditional, but I think it is important for women to.
You're about to say something about lead.
Allow
them in to lead.
Even if you make them think they're leading.
But he has shown her naturally how he don't gotta say, oh, I need you to be submissive. Like what? Like just by his actions alone, he don't gotta do all that extra stuff. Like she will let him lead. So I really like those two episodes, and then those are the two that are duking out the top three. But I like those both.
Yeah, they're like tied at 3. My favorite was the first actual episode in season 1, only because it was the first time that I was like, I did not want to do this. Like, I wanted to do it because I'm like, I need this. I need to like break this. Like, I'm too uncomfortable to talk in front of people or talk about my personal life and be private and like be this person that I fucking value. I love my privacy. But I also remember like those times where I felt alone and didn't think anyone could relate to me. And then when I finally spoke about my experiences, everyone was like, oh my God, I went through the same thing. Like, I've been through that. I've done that. I've lived that life. And I'm just like, imagine how much less trauma you would have went through, or how you could have avoided feeling alone and like whatever if you just spoke up about your experiences to people that you trust. So that was like, the first one was just memorable to me and like holds close to me because that was the first time I took a leap of faith and was like, we're gonna do this. We're doing this. It's a little ghetto. But it worked. And then I guess funny. What's a funny? I feel like our guests make it so much more funnier. Oh wait, no. Are you drinking or are you telling?
That one was funny.
That one was funny.
I still can't get over that fucking question you asked me about the dildo. I was like,
would you use toys on your man?
no.
Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? The fuck?
Why?
Because I don't want to, and it's weird for me. The Cardi B clip you added right into it.
You fucking dumb.
Yeah, that shit had me dying.
Yeah, that one was really fun. Just because like I like making Peggy feel uncomfortable. I don't even think you feel uncomfortable. I just ask questions.
Questions throw me for a loop, so my facial reactions be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Nah.
And then of course all of our guests. It's like they had 3. They had 3 for me because they provided so much insight and laughs and jokes.
And I like the episodes, even though I didn't bring them up, I like the episodes where we shared like informational stuff, like the one with Stephanie.
Do not expect your friends and family to buy your product.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do not expect your friends and family to hire you for your service.
Especially now that everyone's trying to go the entrepreneur route.
Mm-hmm.
She provided some gems.
So if you didn't catch that, you need to.
You should definitely.
I like the other one. I think a few of them we did on our own. The one where we kind of shared our experiences as being like first generation children of immigrants, like how that felt for us growing up.
We lived the same life growing up,
girl. And even though we didn't get to every single thing, it's like, oh my god, like it's funny now, but we felt like we were being tortured back then. Because it's like, damn, I can't wait to be an adult. Because it's like, bro, like I really gotta go through this.
Yeah.
The ones we talk about accountability and friendships and stuff like that. Like the accountability was a separate episode, but the fact that we had one about friendships and one about accountability, I think for next season we definitely should have one combined together. Friendships and accountability.
Holding your friends accountable, almost? Is that what you think?
I feel like both of them intertwine, in a sense.
I mean, accountability is,
overall, it's very broad. It
applies to any relationship.
Any relationship.
But yeah, no, we should definitely do one.
Oh, you know what one that had me dying, and I think a lot of people commented on that one. And this is when before we started doing the visual was the I'ma Stick Beside Him episode.
That's a good one.
That one was a good one. I think that one was our second.
That was the beginning of being like open.
Yes.
Like the first episode was just like
introducing ourselves. Yeah.
That
I think that was
I'ma Stick Beside Him.
That one was almost like we were an hour and 40 something.
Yeah.
It was almost 2 hours long just to both of us.
Sharing about our stupidity. Oh my god! Please, if you haven't, obviously you can't watch it because season 1 there is no.
So season 1. There is no visual for it. It's all recorded audio. So you will definitely find it on Anchor, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just look us up. You'll find season 1 there. Season 2 and beyond, that is visual, as you can see here. But you won't find season 1 on YouTube. You will not find us on YouTube. Because that was our first year, and literally,
we had no plans on doing a visual until you guys were asking.
Yo, there was like 5 or 6 people. Are you guys gonna do visual? And me and Jessica kept looking at each other like, oh my god, like really, y'all really want that? Because when I used to come here, scrubs, ratchet. T-shirt,
stains and all,
head wrap,
all of it.
We were a mess. We didn't care because y'all couldn't see us. All you heard was our voices. Now we have to make sure we look decent and presentable.
Right, that part. Talking about recording. What was the one thing you were like, I wish I never shared that? If there was any.
You know, my memory's kind of frazzled now.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it was the few times we brought up sex, and there were certain things I wasn't expecting to say, but I said I don't remember exactly. But there were a few when watching the episode, like
cringe.
I kind of cringed. Like, I said that, and I'm like, oh whatever, it's already been said.
No, but I remember. Which one was it? Are you drinking or are you telling? I forgot what episode it was. After we were recording, I was like, Peggy, I don't want to bring this out. I don't want to put this out. And she's like, bitch, no.
We already recorded this.
We already recorded. You're putting this shit out. And I was just like, oh my god, I said this, I said that, I did this, I did that. Like, ooh. Sometimes my brothers listen and watch, and so I didn't even want them to have that. Like,
they're gonna look at you funny, like, ew, that's what says.
No, my brothers they will make you awkward before they feel awkward.
Oh.
Like, I remember I said that I'm friends with my ex. I don't know what episode it was, but I mentioned that my ex was my friend for a very long time before, and he kept saying like, oh, are you still in a relationship? Are you still in a relationship? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. He's like, I'll wait. And then my brother's like, shout out to you for reaffirming that women can't have friends. He's like, so basically you tell me you dated your friend. And I was like, Yeah, so he definitely made me feel some type of way about that. Because I was like, damn, I really sounded like I be messing with my friends. Like, it's not always the case.
No.
So, but yeah. Oh, that's another thing. So, what are some things that you said that were like, this is what it is for me, now you do not exercise? Because there's a bunch of it for me. Like, for instance.
Please start.
Recently, throughout all the seasons, I mentioned that I am friends with my exes. I have come to the realization that I had to cut some people off completely that were my friends.
And what did I say? Unconditional love. Bitch, I ain't Jesus. You can be happy as hell. I don't care.
I'm still friends with some of my exes, but when I say friends, and I need to stop saying friends, because friends, people have this idea like, oh, we call each other, we hang out, we do all these things.
Yeah.
And so we do, but like once or twice a year. The most recent one was me watching my dogs that I got with my ex because he was on vacation, and we were cool. And unfortunately, I think one of my dogs ate like grass that had pesticides on it, and he got really sick. But thankfully, he mentioned that he went, they checked him out, everything looked great, he didn't have no broken bones, nothing. He's like, well, are you sure he didn't like run down the stairs and kind of like tangle his foot? Like, he was just giving all the scenarios of like what could have happened if it wasn't like the actual potentially grass pesticides. I say all this to say, the dog is okay. He reaffirmed me that he's okay. But as we were having a conversation, I was like, I really didn't feel good because it made it seem like you were trying to blame me, like as if I would ever put them in a harmful place. Like, I would never do that to them. I would never, because I know how much they mean to you.
Bitch, those your dogs too.
Those are my dogs, right? Unfortunately, I have to let them go because in order for me to see them and interact with them, I have to interact with him. And I say all that to say, I'm saying all this to say, we had a conversation. He's like, you know how I am about my dogs, and he's like getting like fiery, and I'm like explaining to him like, I'm not mad. Like, I understand why you felt that way. Like, if somebody sat my dog and then I come back and my dog is sick, I'm gonna go off out of just pure nature. Like, but I'm not trying to necessarily blame you. Like, I was telling him I understood, but he kept like trying to argue his point, and I was so confused. And we started getting like angry with each other, and I said, this is exactly why we didn't work out.
Girl.
And he got upset and said, like, we were still arguing a little bit. But I was so triggered, like, by our conversation. I was just like, yo, this is toxic. Like, this is really bad. Like, this is bad. And I was like, for me, I just need to stop talking to him. Like, I just, altogether. Like, I don't want to make our relationship any better or any worse. So I think the best thing for both of us is to let him live his life. I'm going to live my life, and we just don't have to communicate. Because there's a lot of things that he still does that triggers the fuck out of me from the relationship, and I'm just like, I'm all set. And then as far as like the most recent ex, I just know I can't be his friend. Like, that's one ex that I just can't be friends with. So cut them all off completely. Now it's the journey to recovery. So yeah. But what have you said on this podcast that you was like, this is it, and then you changed your mind later? Are you gonna do anal?
No, that is not changing. Bitch, don't make me lie. No, that has not changed. It will not change.
We'll see in season 4.
Shut up. No, I mean, honestly,
Did you let him eat your butt?
No. The answer will still stay as no. But no, nothing has changed. Like,
Nothing's changed? Oh my god. Okay, what has changed for you in the 1 year that we've been recording? Like, in general, just like your life.
Well, the podcast has been an outlet for me. Because I'd be looking forward to it.
You know what's so funny? Sometimes I didn't feel that, though.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
There are days, I feel like this season in particular that just ended, I feel like we had so much going on that I feel like this season, I feel like it was more draining. Because I feel like it
felt like the longest season. It was only 15 episodes.
Just like season 2, but season 2 felt like it went by quicker. But I think with season 3, there was a lot going on for us. So it felt like a lot. Like the podcast was just added work when it didn't feel that way for season 2. Season 2, it was just like, oh my god, I can't wait to record this episode. I mean, there are times where it was like, oh fuck. But it was an outlet for me. But there are moments, especially for this season, I feel like, oh shit, we gotta record. Oh shit, we gotta plan this. Like, there was a lot of oh shits this season because...
And what's even crazier is we did a lot of scheduling and planning for this season. But somehow
more before any...
Like, the other one was just like, okay, I'll just see you next week. We'll figure it out when we start recording. Like,
yeah.
We were just figuring it out while we were recording.
Yeah.
The only thing that Peggy did was get the business shout-outs. No, I mean, like, all the stuff, the questions and everything that we're doing now. No. What I'm saying is, that wasn't all she was doing. What I was trying to say is, now we're finding topics, creating topics, writing questions for those topics, scheduling people. We never did that.
Yeah.
The only thing that we were doing was recording and finding a business shout out, which is what you do.
Yeah.
That's
and then
it.
we were doing, if you guys remember season 1 and 2, we were doing quotes. This season was like, fuck them quotes.
Fuck them quotes.
Because there are times we would forget, we don't got time for the quotes. Y'all get it.
Yeah, and it was a fucking, because we were trying to make the quotes fit topic, and I was just like, this is exhausting. Some of the quotes wasn't fucking even my favorites. I was just like, we're just gonna have to do what you gotta do with this quote.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you must with these quotes.
So we just said we'll get rid of the quotes, but we will still continue doing business shout outs, especially
Right.
for Black businesses. I'm always big on that. Because I'm big on seeing us as Black people prosper. Because if other communities, and we've heard this before, how the Jewish community money, the dollar can circulate for, I don't know, damn near 6 months to a year. Our money does not circulate that long. And I want us to get to that point. I want us to be, hopefully one day, I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, Black Wall Street again. Like we were before folks destroyed it or whatever. But, you know, I would love to see that one day. I mean, not all Black business is good business. I'm well aware of that. But don't trash all the businesses. And that's one of the topics we brought up on season 1 when we brought up small businesses. And this past season when we were talking with Stephanie, like, just because you had that bad experience with that one business, you don't end up off with all Black businesses. Because when that one McDonald's down the street fuck up, guess what? You find another one. Y'all so quick to down all the Black businesses. And some of y'all customers are fucked up because, no, the customer isn't always right. Because some of y'all are annoying as fuck. Don't read. I will literally say no DM. And what y'all do, DM. So it's like, y'all don't read, y'all don't listen. Like, read. Y'all be the man who's talking about, I ain't reading all that, and that's the problem. You need to read all that. Do better. That's all. Just do better.
Do better for yourself.
But no, I feel like that's one of the episodes I brought up because I still see people like with those coming from small businesses when they have one bad experience. I'm like, okay, this whole podcast has been a learning experience for us because
we've learned so much on how to podcast.
Let me tell you something. These struggles. Every season we had a struggle.
Almost every episode.
But I feel like each season had its own particular struggle.
Okay, so what's season 1? Season 1 struggles were
using one fucking mic and trying to get a hot ass room, trying to get audio quality. And then we had to make sure that every week we recorded, we always had to test the audio. If y'all would have saw, I wish we took a picture.
I was just about to say
that. I wish we just started from the bottom. Like literally, that was us. Like freaking chairs. I think it was those kitchen chairs in your room with this fucking desk right here with the laptop set, and we were leaning in front of the mic trying to figure out what angle it's supposed to be in, because at one point Jessica's too far away, or I'm loud, or she's loud, I sound distant. So
I didn't want to be like hovering over the mic, and like we're both hovering over the mic. It was weird.
Then season 2 comes along, we started recording ourselves, but the issue was trying to get the 2 mics to split. Because the funny thing is, I believe the day we did the promotion video with Cav is the same day we recorded our first episode, Welcome Back. But that day was a struggle because we ran into Walmart, ghetto ass Walmart in Quincy at that, to find that split. And then we were still upset. And then we did the YouTube thing and we were able to figure it out. That was like the first day we recorded. Then, I think by the 3rd episode was when we recorded with Keisha, and GarageBand on my laptop decided to say, you know what, you're going to keep recording, but I ain't going to record. I still happen to look over. Y'all don't understand. When we have guests or whenever something's happening, it's the panic, and Jessica's not trying to show the panic. So she's looking at me in a certain way, but I'm not catching on. I'm like, what the fuck? So we're so traumatized by that every couple of seconds or minutes, every so often you'll catch me and Jessica look down.
You're like, you'll see Peggy lean forward to like fix something.
So that was the struggle of season 2. It cutting off or whatever. Like, that was the only issue. Season 3, when we finally discovered that we can like really fuck with iMovie. I mean, we've been fucking with iMovie for season 2. Yeah. But we realized, I told Jessica, let's start adding a little bit of clips. Because we were adding clips to begin with on our posts. Like when we had an episode come in, we found a clip that related to the episode. And I'm like, you know what? Let's try to add a clip to the actual video, the YouTube video that we're going to post. But before we would add it onto the clip on Instagram, but it wouldn't be on YouTube, right? And then we started adding it, but it took a lot of work because Jessica has to find the videos, clip them, fit them in, and she has to watch the video so many that episode so many times
to make sure the clip is like it makes sense.
It makes sense and it aligns with our wording is not off, and then the other struggle is making sure that it transfers from iMovie on her phone to fucking what YouTube. I remember one of the worst struggles we had this year.
What was this episode? Oh, what was the fucking? Oh, it was the episode with Shoshana. Remember, we kept posting like, watch the episode.
That shit
and I now went back to fucking YouTube to see if it uploaded, and it didn't. And so by like 2 days in, I finally realized it and fixed it.
So the other worst one was the one where
worst one.
You remember the one you did that clip, and when you played it back, it was just a blank video. Who was that? I know it was a guest.
It was Rome. Remember, we had to reschedule.
Oh yeah.
So I spent 8 hours that day cutting, clipping, doing everything. I jumped out of iMovie to grab some other clips because I was like, oh, I have to edit this on a separate application. So I go find the funny clip that I wanted to put into the fucking... Oh, no, that's what it was. Peggy sent me some, so I had to bring it to... put it on my phone. Because she sent it to my personal phone, and then I edit on another phone. Bitch, when I ever went back on iMovie and that shit was gray... I legit wanted to scream.
And then we're sitting here praying like, okay, I'll leave it alone. Hopefully tomorrow will pop up.
Yeah, I was turning the phone off, turning it back on. I did everything. I tried to export it even though I don't see anything just to see if the export would make sense. Nothing. Oh my God. I have PTSD right now thinking about that shit. 8 hours editing. Only to go back and then be nothing. Outside of the intro and the outro, that was it.
Jesus. Yeah, that one
it takes hours, guys.
That one was the scariest one because at least with the Keisha one, when the audio was fucked up, at least we had the visual. Another thing we started doing, I believe this year, was poll questions. Like questions we would add onto our IG stories.
Engaging viewers more.
Yes. So those of you who were engaged into our posts on IG stories poll question, thank you. We appreciate it. Any other struggles you wanted to mention from this?
Damn, there was so much I was thinking. I didn't write it down, but I truly do appreciate everyone who has listened and watched and been consistent with comments and likes and just the viewership and engagement. I don't think we would have gotten this far. And I will say this too. I was a little afraid to do this with my friend only because I didn't want I'm not nice sometimes. So I was just like, oh my God, it's gonna be that one time me and her are just at each other's throats. It hasn't gone that far, but we've been I think because we both just know Virgo tendencies. If I'm irritated or irrational, she'll just kind of let me rock a little bit, and vice versa. She was a little cranky, so I was trying to create jokes and stuff and make her not so cranky.
What was that cranky?
I have the video.
Shut up. She's insert
here. I need y'all to get her out of my house because she's being very mean, and I realize us Virgos are kind of fucking annoying. Why are you so mean?
I'm mean to the phone. The phone's pissing me off. I'm not mean to you. The phone is getting on my phone.
You're stressing me out. For anyone who's listening, I advise you to go onto YouTube and watch all of these clips because we're going to be putting in all of our old clips into this episode, but not obviously for the audio.
Wait, you know what behind the scenes shit y'all didn't see? It was when we first, for season 2, when we first started doing the video on iMovie, and that shit took forever to upload. You know how when we would edit it on the phone, and then it would start to download it, and then it had that exclamation point where it means that it wasn't working. That was one of the most frustrating things. Us being really ready to pull our hair out because it's what the fuck,
that day, both of us was it was bad. It was bad. My sister was here actually too. She was like, y'all still editing? I was like, girl, don't even get me started.
Because I think it was a point where you started Saturday.
Yeah.
And then
it wasn't working.
It wasn't working, so I came over on Sunday after church. And it was 10 o'clock at night, and I was still fucking here. And I'm like, I'm over this shit.
Fuck it. I wanted to be fuck this episode.
Because we were trying to get it done in the sense that Monday is more like a breathing
Yeah.
room for Jessica because she's the one that uploads it, or it could be where in the sense that she has it up there and I make sure it's uploaded or whatever. But Monday's supposed to be like a breathing room space before Tuesday of it airing. But if we need to catch something on Monday before we officially release it, we can catch it as opposed to wait until Monday to do all the editing and stuff. So that's why we like adamant on like at the times that we record, we try to record as early as possible so it can give us time to still carry out our day. And if Jessica wants to start with editing, she'll start. And then as of more recently, here and there, we've had enough clips that sometimes she doesn't need to ask me because she saved the clip, so there's no point of asking for it again. And if it's a new clip that's needed, she'll let me know in advance, like, hey, these are the 3 things I'm looking for, and I'll go search them, record them if need be, or download it, make sure it's not like a megapixel looking thing, and then send it to her. So a lot of it, there's a lot of creativity that goes behind it, but it takes patience. And stuff. Because we're not like these top-notch podcasts.
I was gonna
extra
say that
lighting
too.
and 10 different cameras hitting on every angle.
That's one thing people were like, oh my god, like people are over here suggesting styles of like recording, and I'm like, you do know these motherfuckers have elite studios
And they have production.
and they
people
have
behind
production
them.
team. They just record. They're just there to record, and then the production team does the rest. They do the cutting, the editing, the audio, the everything.
We don't have
but that's
that.
just me and her with already full-time jobs and full-time lives.
We don't have that.
I mean, I have that.
Literally, it's the other thing. Jessica just got hip to this season, which has been very helpful. So it helps limit the distraction of when she's talking. If I'm doing something, y'all don't even notice it. It's the zooming in, and I think that's so dope because whoever's the focal point, the camera, she zooms in on whoever's talking. So Jessica could be drinking water or doing something or adjusting something, y'all wouldn't know, and vice versa because she has gotten the technique of zooming in on the person that's talking, which I think is super dope. Because the first season, y'all was just looking at the both of us.
And y'all was like, y'all am mad distracted. Like people was like, oh, I can't understand. Like I can't pay attention to what y'all are talking about because the other person's fidgeting with their hair. They're drinking water. They're moving around. They're doing this. Or they're just staring at the screen intently. Like
so. Jessica has gotten the grasp of that, so you guys don't have to see when I'm being distraction or when
she's staring off into space because she don't like looking at people in the eye.
Not directly in the eyes. I've always been like that as a kid, but yeah. So that's things that take time because we don't have a production team. We're the production team.
Yep.
Okay. When we send y'all emails inviting y'all to be guests on it, it's us. It's us. There's no other random person sending it to you. It's us.
But if you continue to watch and continue to support, and so we can generate revenue.
Maybe one day we can have a whole production team behind us. We'll have better lighting, better audio, all that good shit. One of the second to last questions, I don't know if we fully answered them. What has recording the podcast done for us mentally, emotionally within our first year? Not the fucking nervous laugh.
Mentally, it's fucked me. Oh my god. It made me respect Peggy a little more because she has. I mean, I don't have no respect for her. So the little that I did give her for this.
Yo, I can't even laugh. Shut up.
So she's juggling 4 small businesses on top of a full-time job that's demanding without the pay, and then coming here and podcasting, and she's always on top of her shit. Like she makes sure that like even though my procrastination is still rearing its head here and there, she's always like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And then and I wait till the very she's like, no, we need to set a call now. So I respect them more because I'm just like, yo, I'm exhausted. So any weekend that I can get to myself, I'm taking that shit. Like,
of course.
Yo, because season 3 ended, I didn't have anything to edit this weekend. Bitch, you know what the fuck I did? A whole bunch of nothing.
That feels good.
Oh my god, I caught up on shows.
So
I was just like, wow, this is what I've been missing. But I will say, there was a part of me that was like, oh my god, I wish I was like editing something. It's a very toxic relationship. But it made me realize, like, yo, juggling multiple jobs, duties is really, really hard. I really want to allocate more time, effort, and, like, attention to the podcast. But my job is also demanding, and there's end of quarter bullshit that happens. And I'm just like, oh, my God. And because of my procrastination, there's a lot of the times where I have to make up shit that's due at the very last minute. So I will say that because she juggles it and you can't even tell that like she's barely above water.
I don't know if you've seen it. You know the meme where it says after you had your mental breakdown, you still text your best friend, "I'm good in you." Like that's been me a few times.
Yo, 100%. But then I guess mentally it's helped like get all of the thoughts that just keep running in circles in my brain out. And now I have more headspace for other problems and scenarios that I create
It's like
in my
mini
head.
therapy without the actual
Yes,
therapist.
without the actual therapist. And this is why I don't have therapists.
And our therapist probably be like, y'all bitches need therapy.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic for us to get our thoughts, especially when we like if we didn't have a topic in mind, I'm like, bitch, let me tell you what happened this week, and then it
triggers a topic.
and just be like, yo, we can talk about this, like that specific piece, we could use that and talk about it for this episode coming up since we didn't have one in mind. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we kind of, it's very therapeutic for us. Like it has this stressful moment. Like if we were just recording
Straight through and through.
like audio wise, not even
Oh,
visual.
yeah, the
it probably
audio.
would have been easier, but we still have to make sure our audio sounds good.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have to worry about anything. Just show up, bummy, record, and go about our business.
Yeah.
But now, it's the thing of editing the whole video, then finding clips that's going to last for the next 4 to 5 days. Maybe a bonus clip for Saturday, maybe. And then the captions for each day
Yeah. Oh my God.
for those days.
With all this shit, I don't know if we've shared a lot, but there's been a shit ton of stuff in my personal life that has happened in this 1 year. I'm like, God, please find some space for breathing room. Because I can't do it. And I'm like trying to be cognizant of the commitment I made to this podcast, but also managing my personal life and being there for the people that I need to be there for. And myself, which I didn't do a lot of.
You come first.
I mean, it's like a gift and a curse being the oldest. Like, I truly enjoy always being there for my siblings and being the person that they come to ask questions. And
I'm happy I'm not the oldest.
I really enjoy it. And I'm never gonna say no to my siblings. That's just the reality of it. And I don't want to. But there's times when my body's like, okay, Jessica, you were there. You did your due diligence. You did your part. Now let's take care of ourselves. So I've been doing a lot of do not disturb on the weekend. A lot of that. You only call me on emergency, please.
It has to be a real emergency because if you ain't dying and you call me, I'm going to make sure you're dead at this point. Because there was nothing wrong with you. Now you're wasting my time.
But, yeah. So I've learned to just kind of like balance. As much as I would love to be there for other people, and I'm typically almost always there for other people, I've learned that you gotta take time for yourself or you're gonna snap on the wrong person. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely make time for you. I'm big on that. I mean, I know there's people who encounter me. There's like, wait, you teach? Yep. You do patties? Yeah. You sell the products? Yeah. You doing a podcast? Yeah. Oh, you doing event space? Yeah.
Oh, you tutor? Yeah.
How do you find time for that? I literally make time. I literally make time.
Literally.
I do. I really do. I'm big on that. Trust and believe I make time. That's why I'm big on don't ask me to do shit last minute. It has to be a real legitimate emergency for me to get out of my bed. If my intention was to stay home and do absolutely nothing, I ain't going anywhere. Even with planning this event space thing, and I will fully share in details when we are fully officially there. We're almost seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. At this point, it's been a roller coaster for me and my business partner. That much I will say. But I do make time. But I'm very big on my agenda. That's why I tell people, okay, wait till I get home, and I'll let you know. If you don't hear from me by 6 o'clock, text me to remind me, because I do forget. Because then once I get home, I'm getting distracted by other shit because once I get home, I'm big on, okay, if I have to work, I make sure my outfit's already picked out for the next day. My lunch is already packed. And then I shower. Because once I shower, that is mode for me I'm staying in the house. I'm about to hop in my bed, and my feet, they're about to start rubbing together. And my show is going to be on. Once my feet start rubbing, I am not going anywhere. So that's why I tell people, look, text me, hey, don't forget about da-da-da, and I'll look at my agenda like, yeah, I got you, I can do that. And I'll tell people my available days. Like, literally, my girl, I hit her up and said, oh, I wanted to hit you up and say, I'm not going to go back on my word. I know we said we wanted to link up during my summer break or whatever because she sees how busy I am. Like, these are the dates I'm available. She's like, okay, I can do this date too because I'm off. And then we made reservations. I wrote it down in my book. So we both agreed to meet up for this particular location. So it's like, if I didn't have my agenda and I wasn't big on self-care, I would have been out and about every single day. People might think People might think I'm really busy. I am busy, but I make time for other things and for myself. I always put myself first because you only got one body to live with. And if you don't take care of it, who's going to take care of it for you? And last resort, that would be what? A doctor. And by then, I think that's pretty too late if you're in a hospital. A doctor got to take care of you. That's not good. So that's why I be telling Jessica from time to time, like, even though we're busy with the podcast and other stuff, please make time for yourself because we have to rejuvenate, recharge to give the best season that we can give you. You know, eventually, I mean, at one point, eventually, we're going to stop doing the podcast. You know, we're going to have other shit that we venture off, and that's okay because we will end this mutually on agreement, not because, oh, I ain't doing this shit no more, fuck that shit.
We're doing this forever.
Like, we ain't done yet.
But we ain't done yet.
But we ain't done, no, for real, we ain't done yet. But at the same time, we're going to give the best energy, the amount of energy that we can for the time being or whatever. But we always going to put ourselves first.
Yeah.
So that's why we both agreed, like, for each season, we'll give ourselves about no more than 15 episodes. And if we have to cut it short, we'll probably give ourselves 10 to 12 episodes.
I wanted to cut it short season 3. I'm not going to hold you. I was like, fuck that damn last episode.
That's what I'm saying. Like, 10 minimum, but the maximum for us is 15. If we get to 15. We can say, you know what? We did say 15, but we're going to end it at 12 episodes. Yeah. So be it. Because our mental health. Breathing space. Yeah, our mental health and stuff. And then we're looking at logistics too, because we know when it starts to get nice out and y'all outside, our numbers ain't doing the same. Y'all niggas started being outside come April and our numbers started to plummet. Because when y'all was all snuggled up under your little fake fire place in your living room watching us, and then summer hits and y'all was like,
what podcast? That's okay, because I feel y'all. I used to watch the episode when they drop. I'll be watching it on the end of the week.
Girl, I watch it when I remember to watch it. I mean, like, there's some episodes, though, I'm not gonna lie, we had so much fun, but, like, girl, I have to watch it. There's one episode, I watched it while I was at work.
Wait, which one was that? Oh, it was one about BBQ. Which one was that?
Dallas BBQ.
Yeah, but what was the topic?
That was when we were talking about, like, it was our welcome back to season 3, but we were just talking about, like, updates, what we've been up to, and then we was talking about some, I think you said you went to New York or whatever, and we started talking about Dallas BBQ.
Go to dirty New York.
No, not you. We were talking about, like, when I go to New York, what stops I like to make, and I said Dallas BBQ, and then you used that clip. That was funny, and then the Are You Drinking, Are You Telling? That one I watched at work. But it was during the times when I wasn't teaching. Thank you very much.
You about to go back to work on September, but you ain't got a job, huh?
Yeah, like, we've caught wind that you watch your episodes while you're at work. I'm like,
you do extracurricular activities? Wow.
On company time, on taxpayers' dollars. I'm like, there's a lot of other shit y'all be doing on taxpayers' dollars.
Exactly.
So leave me alone.
Okay. All right, guys. We wanted to make this short and sweet, and that does not happen. So I'm gonna try to cut this. I'm gonna try. So the audio people will get the full hour, but I'm gonna cut it so that. Yeah, because if I add clips, girl, it's going to be a whole 2-hour episode.
No, it's not. It's only an hour and a minute. I think even if you add clips, it might push it to an hour and 5 minutes. It's not even that bad. Trust me. Oh, well, they wanted to see this. Are you not entertained? Okay. I didn't write down a business shout out. So the business shout out is us. Uncomfortable Girl Podcast.
Period. Yo, that is the laziest, most genius shit ever.
You know,
we said we're gonna end it off with us.
Black owned, Black woman owned.
Yes.
You know, we give our true.
Some people probably watch this and be like, this Puerto Rican bitch, she is not black. I'm motherfucking black.
Cape Verdean, she's fucking black.
I'm West African, so get it together.
Y'all better look at your geography and look at the map.
Don't let this raggedy hair and
skin tone fool you. Like, black people don't come in various colors. Grow up. But yes,
I'm really curious to know if, like, the people that, like, don't know us personally who follow us what they think my race is or what my ethnicity is.
I'm pretty sure they think you're Puerto Rican. Because you haven't brought up your last name. They just know
my last name makes it even worse.
But it's with an S. Cape Verdeans ends it with an S.
I'm not saying my last name on here, but
Not a Z.
yeah. If you ever get to meet me in person and know me in person and get to know my last name, one tidbit I would tell people, if a very like Portuguese Spaniard last name comes up and there's a Z, 99% of the time they're like from Latin descent.
Latin speaking countries.
Yes. And then if they have an S,
Yep.
it's Portuguese, which colonized my peoples.
Yes.
So that's why I have that fucking last name. So fuck that shit. Somebody marry me so I can get another last name. Jesus.
That's funny. They were also Cape Verdean. Oh, I forgot you don't date.
I don't date. I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about, it was a conversation I had with somebody, and it was like, instead of saying that's your preference, you need to dig deeper as to why you prefer certain race, certain color, certain styles, certain physique, certain look, because it can be a lot deeper. And bring, like, for instance, she said that she didn't date black men for a very long time because she hated her father, and anything that resembled her father she was so against. So
I'm the opposite. My father's skin tone, he's dark.
but your dad ain't fucking a deadbeat.
No, I know. I'm just
That was
saying.
her
I was like the opposite because like I realized I never noticed it. Like my track record of men that I've dated, some of them weren't shit either, but like all of them were dark. Like I never had anything against dark men. Like they're always darker than me. Not that I purposely choose a dark skin tone man, but it was just I'm like, yo, all my dudes like they were like dark brown, darker than me. Now I have nothing against my dark skin. I like all black men, all various colors, sizes, whatever. But the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yeah, because you had a great example of a man, and so you wanted that for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what he look. This is what the perfect man in my head looks like this and acts like this. So that's what I'm gonna go attract or try to find.
That's true. I mean, I think our experiences when we're younger do affect our preferences and the people that we date. So that makes me wonder, men, black men, did your mother hurt you? Did your black mother hurt you? Is that why sometimes you guys dislike black women?
Or did you allow media to manipulate your mind into thinking black wasn't beautiful? And so
catch us on the next episode, season 4.
And we'll end that off right there. We don't want to hurt any more feelings. Girl, wait, but...
Oh, wait! I'm gonna sit here cheesing and we ain't doing what
because
we gotta do.
I'm ready to cut this shit off.
Listen, so in celebration of our 1-year anniversary...
Y'all about to see us struggle to open this.
Give us a second.
We have our little personal champagnes. Wait, we have personal champagnes to pop in celebration.
Yo, the way she say champagnes, I remember the first time she said it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let her slide.
You thought I was saying it like for real, for real? Like,
yeah.
No, girl. I have some sense.
Ready? Wait, is it?
I know you motherfucking lying.
Are you serious? I thought I was gonna make that noise.
Stop. Now we're just gonna. You
It's
shook
just enough.
it, bitch.
That
was so tacky. I don't even like that.
I don't like that. I was waiting for the thing to go.
Oh my god, because I remember I bought little champagnes for my
She's
job.
so serious with the champagne though.
This is tacky. I want to edit this. I don't want to send this anymore.
I think you might want to make the fake popping noise. You guys hear the fizzle? Let me put the mic near the champagnes for you. Y'all hear that? I just want y'all, the audio listeners, to hear the
I feel like a
experience.
badass kid doing something I'm not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all hear that?
I'm
All right.
so sad.
Oh yeah. Let me finish more. I just wanted to catch the feeling. See?
That was trash. I'm embarrassed.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that sizzle? ASMR.
That's like her favorite thing. So, cheers to us.
Cheers
not
to
killing each other.
Cheers to our first year, not killing each other.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Within the 1 year, we've already had 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Because we're beast mode. But anyways, cheers.
Cheers. Clink, 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 clink. Y'all can clink, clink, clink too. Peace,
Cheers.
bitches.
This is nasty.